Hello everybody, this is Liam Chase with The Daily Chase coming at you today with another trade update. Now before we jump into this video, if you're new to the channel, on this channel I document, first of all, my trading journey. I've been trading options now for about 2 months, and so every day I basically break down and show you my P&L statement, my profit and loss for the day, and what my thought process was and why I did what I did, and show you maybe some mistakes that I made, maybe some things that I feel did right, and really just essentially a journal for myself and for you to follow along as well, so that we can both learn along the way. So if you want to follow that journey, if you want to have somebody here to hold you accountable, be sure to subscribe and like the video, because I do this every trading day, and I do more than just trading videos. I do other videos as well. But let's get into the video today and into the trade recap today. So I primarily trade the SPY options, which is the ETF of the S&P 500, and I trade option contracts on this ETF. So we opened the gate up right out here, up about, I don't know, I want to say a couple percent, maybe a percent or two. No, not a percent or two, because overall we were, let's see, yeah, overall, I don't know. Anyways, so we opened the day up around here, and I noticed that this red resistance line is already here from a couple weeks back from over here, and it's pretty valid. I mean, broke through, got pushed back down, and then tried to break through a couple times over here, but never really worked out. This is a put that I caught here and rode that all the way down here. Anyway, so coming back over here, I noticed it pretty much opened right along this line, which has actually been happening the last couple of days. A lot of these candles have been opening right at where I've already had previously drawn resistance and support from other days. So it opened right at resistance, got pushed down, came back up, tried to retest, and pretty quickly it broke this resistance. As you can see, got pushed down once, came up, tested it, broke through, came over, tried to break up, got pushed down, tried to come back down again, and pretty much landed in the middle. Same thing right here. They had a lot of seller exhaustion right here, and at this point, this is when I decided to get in for a call. So a lot of seller exhaustion right here. Got pushed up, not a lot of book on the top, and then the sellers tried to come in again and push it back through. I noticed that, you know, this is 1, 2, 3, 4 candles pretty much right around this resistance zone. So I decided to get in pretty much at support for another 2 calls, I believe it was, and the rest was history. So I got in right here, and I wasn't in this trade for very long. In fact, most of my profit from today didn't come from this trade. It actually came from another trade that I'm going to talk to you about. So got in right here and then rode it up, and then I noticed this blue. Let me change the color. Yeah, there we go. So I noticed this line right here, and this was from back over here. So I figured that I might as well just draw this, because this is a recent high on the chart. So I figured I would just make that some sort of resistance, because obviously it stopped up here. So I just drew it all the way across, and it kind of played at that line for a little bit. When it broke through, and then I saw it come down, and then I saw it come down again, I just decided to exit at that point, because I had a pretty good, decent profit in that. I think it was like $150. No, not $150. Yeah, I would say $150 I had made about that at that time on about 3 contracts. So I want to say it was a little over 20 to 25% on $700 worth of contracts. So it wasn't terrible. And then after that, I kind of just locked in my profits. I wasn't really looking. And then I kind of figured that it would have a false, or it would just come back down to maybe to the bottom of the region. In fact, I should probably, let me just add this line here. So this is probably, let's just mark this for another time. We'll see what this line represents anything. So I thought it was going to have, it was failing to break here. So when it came up above this line, I bought in for a put, meaning I thought the market would come down. I think I bought in for 2. Yeah, I had about enough funds in my account left for 2 puts. So I went in on 2 puts here. And as you can see, it went up here, got pushed way up here, came down, so I thought maybe there's still some chance. Then it came over again, tried to push down, sellers were exhausted. So this was just a tug of war between buyers and sellers. You can see the long wick here, and then here they really tried to push it down. It got pushed right back up to support. Here they made a little more ground, the bears did, pushed it down even more, and then sellers brought it back up. And then right here, so it broke through and then stalled pretty much around here. Came back up and then broke through again and then continued. And at that point, once I saw this breakthrough, indecision, and then confirmation, I was like, all right, it's time for me to get out. Clearly, this is not going to go my way. And good thing I did, because it continued all the way up and then dropped. Now, this is really interesting about the market. It tends to do that at the end of the day, even if it's on a rally. Like right here, look at this, rally and drop. Right here, rally and big drop. And it did that a couple of days ago. I want to say it was right here. Let's see. One of these, right here. There it is. Rally, big drop. Rally up, big drop. Boom. So it's just really interesting how the market's been dropping in the last 15 minutes before closing. Now obviously, if I held my calls, I probably could have made a lot more. In fact, let's see. So I sold at what? About 268 to 280 something, so like $1.50 or so that I could have made more. I'm not really upset that I didn't make it. Now on this put, that was a loss about $60. So all in all, I profited about $90 total on these trades, the SPY trades. Now I ended up having a day, let's see. Yeah, so I ended up having custom. Let's see what I did for today. So I ended up having a 22% day. Now it wasn't off of these. Okay, so here we go. I did about $96 on those contracts between the calls and the puts. So after everything, it was about $96. And then I actually broke one of my biggest rules, which was holding contracts overnight. Now I went in on 3M calls because they are coming out with earnings tomorrow, and it's really a big speculation, right? Now, obviously, I wouldn't take the position I am unless I feel good about it. Excuse me. So I got into some 3M calls. My plan is to hold those overnight. Earnings come out tomorrow morning for them right before the market opens. Catch 100 to 300% increase in the value, and then cash out. So this is just an overnight hold for earnings. And as you can see, even throughout the day, I was up pretty good on those. $145 at about 20% profit. So that brings the total. That's how we get to this total of 22%, $241. Now when the day started, it was closer to about 1,061 times about 22.5. So yeah, that's exactly how it works out. So it was about 22% of my beginning portfolio value of the time. But hey, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to like the video, of course, and subscribe. I do these every day. Tomorrow, we're going to figure out if my 3M call and the position that I took was right, because I can either make 200 to 300% on my money or lose anywhere from 50 to 100%. It's, in my opinion, more speculation than trading intraday. And this could be I could go big or I could go home. Now I only risked about my profit, so even if I do take a hit, the maximum I can lose is about I want to say there's like just under $700 in there. So it would only eat up to about maybe $100 of my actual principal, which was $600. So probably bigger risk than I should have taken, but I'm feeling good about it. Obviously, it's going so far so good, but really that could change overnight when earnings come out tomorrow, or it could change within a second when earnings come out tomorrow. But anyhow, so if you want to see what happens with the earnings tomorrow, be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell as well, so that you know every time I'm posting these videos. But anyways, guys, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time. See ya.